Hello, you've reached Neil Keenan once again. It's been a while since we've done a report. I have much information to give you. I'm putting together a rather large preface rather than a rather large video. The preface will have many details that ordinarily you wouldn't receive, period, even in a video, because it's very difficult to remember all the names that I have, all the places I have, all the foundations' names mentioned, and all the places in Japan which are involved in the riffraff right now that is taking place in Asia with the backing of the United States and the Western organizations, Western hemispheric organizations that are trying to stay alive. Right now, after reading the preface, you'll understand that this isn't a matter of us, we the people, surviving. It's a matter of the Democratic Party surviving. It's a matter of the Cabal surviving, seeing that they're both on their last legs. They have literally no chance of surviving unless they can steal the accounts from the assets from the accounts in Asia. If they can do that, then they'll have financing for the next 15, 20 years. Right now, they don't have it. Right now, they're most likely heading toward jail. They're heading to a place where they don't want to be. Probably the FEMA camps that were built for us will be meant for them. You can read all day long from the newspapers in the United States if you wish, or even Western Europe, and you can see all the bullshit that you're getting. But when you get to the real people and the real sources, you don't hear that. You hear the real stuff, the real meat. And the real meat is they're panicking, they're desperate, and they don't know where to go or what to do. As far as I'm concerned, we just sweep them the hell out of our countries, and we put them on an island altogether and let them kill each other with AIDS. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, that's really where it should be. We shouldn't care about them any longer, seeing that they tried to actually get rid of us. Now, okay, there's not much more to say here because it's going to be said in the preface. I think that we're on the right road. We're on the road to recovery. Trump is in the driver's seat, whether you believe it or not. Again, because you follow your television, you follow your media, you follow your newspapers. It's a gaffe. It's a gaffe. The Chinese aren't going to let anything happen to Trump. The Russians aren't going to let anything happen to Trump, and neither will most countries allow anything to happen to Trump. The countries that will allow something to happen to Trump happen to be countries like France, which just put in their makeshift president or prime minister who's never been a politician in his life, who never dared to be a politician in his life until he got the Cabal backing. Okay, Marie Le Pen, she would have been a better choice, maybe not a better president, period, than most people could be, but a better choice at that time, seeing that the Cabal's trying to survive. And they did survive a bit by taking France. They will survive by taking Germany, because Angela Merkel, is, as you know, the poster child for the Cabal here in Europe. Well, you got George Shultz running against her, and he was the head of the European Commission or Union at one time, and you got your frickin' frack or yin-yang or whatever you want to call it. You've got it right here happening, and you pick your poison. Pick your poison. Which one do you want? You know, I don't think you roll the dice. You roll the dice. But you better get a third opinion or a third option here in Germany, and that's what they should have had also in France. So that's not happening either. But Italia, Spain, and the other nations are all leaning toward going anti-globalist, which is what we want. And what's happening in Asia is a good example now of the Crown Foundation from Chicago going there trying to spend their money to purchase the assets from the bunkers so they can once again get their hands into the financial arena where they can begin to fight once again. They're dead. They can't get it. They're doing the same thing with South Korea. They're doing the same thing throughout Asia. They're trying hard to survive, and no one cares about them anymore. No one. That's the problem. They have nowhere to go. They're panicking. Now, I'm here, as you can see, the seat is familiar. You know who's behind the camera over here, making faces and things like he usually does. He's the guy that makes me laugh. Yeah, and Egypt's back here. And we usually get a good show and a good picture, good video when he's doing something. So he'll be doing this. But there's many things happening here now, including Christy and Diane, who have popped in from the U.S., with all the rigmarole taking place in the United States, all the controversy regarding our machine, when there should be none whatsoever. They decided to come in and see for themselves, first and foremost, And secondly, they wanted to learn. And who better to learn from than Najib, the guy that's been maligned for no reason whatsoever. So the best thing in the world right now is to introduce them. They've been at the machine for a while. I think they've dug into Najib pretty good. They've got their forks and knives out, and they started digging into him today, trying to see if he has any weaknesses. And so far he's not bleeding, so he's doing damn good. So anyway, let me introduce you to the girls. Here's Christy, and here's Diane. And Chrissy's shy, so she'll just say hi.
Hello. Hi.
And they'll tell you about what they're seeing. It's your show right now. You can tell them what you're seeing, what you're learning, and what's happening.
Okay. So Christy and I are from Wisconsin, and we are purchasing our second healing computer. We went down some rabbit holes just to understand different modalities and ways to maintain wellness. And so we've seen a lot of great results in having ours. First one for how long have we had it now?
Since March 17th.
And so it's made a big difference in my health and well-being, which has been surprising, just the efficacy of it. Anything from internal and external scarring and adhesions to immunity response, and beginning to understand how it works, frequency, being that we're frequency and light, and spirit, just to see how we can even hold these measures longer over time. The machine's been a huge inroads for us in getting well and maintaining wellness, and Naj has been a huge help in just helping us go a little deeper and a little further with our understanding of how this works. Christy, do you have anything you want to say with that?
I just want to say it's helped me a lot with my energy and with sleeping. It's just an awesome thing. I'm very grateful to be here and to learn from Najib and from all the people, Walter and Neil, and so I'm very thankful.
Just the creative brilliance behind all of this, and Neil, that you helped to bring this to the forefront for people and humankind has been huge. It's really futuristic medicine. It's the way it should be. It's benign, it does no harm. It's truly good medicine.
Well, you feel like you had a lot of your questions answered?
I do.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
with the machine and everything else?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Because you were really confused when you came in.
Well, we knew some things, and
Yeah.
so we're learning more, and so that's been a good thing. And so,
So you're the teachers now,
yes,
not me.
yeah, that'll be a good thing.
That'll be a good thing for me. You guys are the teachers. It gets me off the hot seat, right?
That's right.
Because I've never been a teacher, because I still don't know how to get the machine rolling right. So it's not me, the teacher. There's other teachers that are much better than me, who know more than me, and can actually get the thing rolling and tell you what's happening. Me, I'll learn, but in time, when I have the time. Right now, it's the young ladies here who are doing a good job. I've heard them, and they don't stop, non-stop work. You guys are doing a good job.
Thank you.
So I'm sure all the people are waiting to know when you're coming home and what you're going to do and everything else too. You know.
We'll be home in about 5 days, 4 days, and should I mention where we live?
No.
No. Okay.
No, everything can go through. You know how to do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Everything can go through Nancy and Larry,
That's right.
because they're going to be handling this. So they're going to be handling the data from here on in. And if you want to reach either one, okay, either Diane or Chrissy, you can contact Nancy, and Nancy will do the work. And that way, then we don't want anybody knocking on their doors wherever they're living, because there's too many people looking for help. And but like I said, there's been a problem out there where everything backed up, and they'll most likely be the ones knocking on the door. We don't need that. They're good people, and they're doing what they can do to help the people as it is. And others making mistakes, and that's okay. We make mistakes, but we have to move on, and we have to get the show on the road again. And that's why they came, because the show stopped a little bit, and they wanted to make sure you all had access to the machines, one way or another. And that's what they did for you. So you can thank them as much as you wish. Okay, in the meanwhile, okay, we're getting back to the other situation with we have a water machine coming very shortly from Walter and his team. They're doing a great job of providing us with a water machine that will take care of your entire house and take care of a lot more than that. But it'll be filtered. It's magnificent. It's the one I told you about before. that would eventually, if it's big enough, or we have enough of them in place, could clean the Atlantic Ocean from the toxins that have been dumped into it by the Japanese, by the Americans, and so on, all stating that it was because of some kind of earthquake or whatever. I think that's how it started, right? They had a problem with the earthquake.
Yes.
That's not what did it, of course. We already know who did that. But we've got that. We've got the free energy coming in a couple of weeks, maybe a month. We've got the elixirs. They've started to go out. We're waiting now to see how things are handled logistically in regards to the mail, the post here, and so on. We want to make sure that that's going out okay, and it gets there in a timely fashion, not delays, because it's happened to me too. And everything's on the table. Everything's happening. It's coming to fruition very, very soon. Before you know it, you're going to have it. You know, you're going to, again, you can start lining up for the free energy machine, as myself and Walter spoke yesterday, that we don't want everybody to pop up at one time. We want to know who you are, your address, and what's your interest. After that, we can get them to you. In the meantime, let's just look at the preface that's attached to this, or this is attached to the preface, and you'll see that there's a lot of things going on with a lot of people, names that are familiar, that have been attempting to steal the assets for the last 3 or 4 months, all involving the Democratic and Western Party and other organizations that are, say, Cabal, or say Democratic, or liberalistic in the Western Hemisphere. And so they all got their hands out now, and they're all trying to dip their hands in, and they're trying to see what they can pull out to stay alive, because they're not alive much longer the way things are going. They're in trouble. My guess is that it's the end of the Democratic Party. Might be the end of the Republican Party as well, despite Donald Trump being the president and everybody wanting Donald and wishing Donald good luck. The reason being because people like John McCain and others are still in that party. When you talk about cleaning the swamp, you need to get rid of those who are in the swamp. That includes your own party. So Donald Trump has got his work cut out for him, not only with the Democrats, which I think are not going to be a problem. I mean, the kids are going to go back to school, and they're going to cry, and they're going to wipe their eyes, and that's the end of that. And the teachers that are teaching them how to be what they are probably going to be dismissed, because it's not a Rockefeller Institute anymore. Rockefeller's already been told bye-bye. He's not handling this stuff any longer. Nor is this Carnegie Institute in school throughout the United States. That's gone. So the bottom line is that we're all going to be fine. We got to stop crying about it. We got to stop thinking that the RV is going to happen tomorrow, because again, you're hearing from the IMF, the BIS, the Bank of England, the World Bank, and the Vatican. You're hearing from all these places that you're going to be getting money tomorrow. They're all Eastern. all Western, aren't they? They're all Western. There's nothing to do with the West. Everything to do with the East. It's Eastern funds that we're talking about, that they're talking about stealing to do this. And they're not going to steal it. Not going to happen. And they're not going to print any money either, because they'll be destroying the market as it is and destroying everything. So they have no choice but to back off and not do anything, which is what they're doing now. Why? Which is the other reason why they're trying to steal the funds from the East now, so they can try to keep the West afloat. It's not going to happen. I told you in the beginning it wasn't going to happen. And it's still in the hands of the Dragon family, the Golden Dragon family. Okay, they hold the basket. They decide if it's going to happen or not. I don't believe it's going to happen. The IAAB is the Golden Dragon family, basically. It's not going to happen. Not unless they wanted to. And it's not because you're good guys, that's for sure. Because the politicians over there literally suck. So nobody's going to do anything to help the politicians any further in the United States, other than maybe Trump and his team, immediate team. They'd like to see him continue. The rest, no. The rest can all go home where they came from, whatever country that is. Anyway, I'd like to say goodbye to you, because you see I'm falling asleep. I was on the machine, and I fall asleep after the machine, and then I'm going to start coughing, and I better get something to eat. So I'm going to let the girls say goodbye to you, okay? Let's let the girls say bye now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Anything else to say about it, the machine or anything?
Well, that we're just so grateful for it.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting what it all brings.
We got to get another answer from Christy, a more elaborate answer.
Yes, an elaborate answer from Christy. Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you for all the training, and it's been great. We're having a nice time here in Germany.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we're all done. I think we did. Najib did a good job again, and I think that our buddy over here, who's on the computer, is his antennas are up, and he's hoping to hear everything.
That's right.
You know him, huh? Real
Yes,
good.
I do.
His ears are up. His ears are up. Anyway, I wish you all well, and talk soon. I think everything's going fine. I'll be able to travel soon, I think, to the U.S. even. And when I do, I've got some people I have to see there. And I think things will move quicker when I can get to see the people that I have to see.
Mhm.
So we'll see what happens, people. It's getting to be that time. Like Beetlejuice said, showtime. And it is showtime. Bye-bye. And take care. And see you next month.